As Jesus continued his journey to Jerusalem, he traveled through Samaria and Galilee. As he was entering a village, 10 lepers met him. They stood at a distance from him and raised their voice, saying, "Jesus, Master, have pity on us." And when he saw them, he said, "Go show yourselves to the priest." As they were going, they were cleansed. And one of them, realizing he had been healed, returned glorifying God in a loud voice, and he fell at the feet of Jesus and thanked him. He was a Samaritan. Jesus said in reply, "10 were the cleansed. Were they not? Where are the other 9? Has no one but this foreign returned to give thanks to God?" Then he said to him, "Stand up and go. Your faith has saved you." The Gospel of the Lord. This Gospel for us, Franciscans of Mary, is especially important because it shows us, on the one hand, the pain of Jesus in the face of human ingratitude. On the other hand, it teaches us what our behavior should be. It is necessary to explain very well. First, for all of those who were 10 lepers were people of faith. This is very important. Important to keep it in mind. That is to say, their behavior, the behavior of the 9 ungrateful ones, was a behavior not of an atheist, but of believers. There were 9 ungrateful believers. Those who made Jesus suffer. According to this part of the Gospel, there were no people alien to the faith, or the typical Pharisees who were always picking on him. There were people who believed in Jesus, who had faith in the power of Jesus. And this faith, moreover, was a humble faith, which is a characteristic of having faith. Because they did not demand, they beg, and that is where humility is noted. When one makes a request, they are humbly asking someone in whom they believe, in whose power they believe. Is an extraordinary starting point. We are not talking about enemies of Christ or people who do not have faith in God. We are talking about people who have believed and humbly plead with God, "Help me, you can help me, please help me." That is the first point of reflection. Who makes Christ suffer in this case? Who makes him suffer? The believer makes him suffer. The believer who asks for help and who asks for help with humility is the one who is making Christ suffer. Well, then, what should we do? Because maybe without realizing it, we believers are making the Lord suffer, and we do not realize it, and we are not conscious, but we are making Christ suffer. Why? And here it comes the second lesson. Why these 9 believers, humble believers, who ask for help, make Christ suffer? Because when they receive help, they did not give thanks. It is gratitude that must follow a humble faith. After a grace, there must come a thanksgiving. And if not, you became someone who hurts the Lord, the one in whom you have faith, and who has just granted you a grace. Without gratitude, there is offense. On the other hand, it is easy to understand because it happens to us exactly the same when we ask a favor to someone and that person does not thank us or behaves badly with us forgets that we have done, we feel very bad, and if we not done a favor, we could not feel so bad. But we have done a favor, sometimes costly, immediately has forgotten or just dismissed it with a thanksgiving or a pure hypocritical courtesy. We have to realize, therefore, that without gratitude there is not an offense. The gratitude is not an accessory issue, something you can have and it looks good, but you cannot not have it and nothing happens. Without gratitude, there is an offense to Christ. Gratitude is our first obligation when we have faith, and especially when we are aware of how God has blessed us and has helped us. And the most important thing of all, it is not whether or not we have health or money. The most important thing of all is that He has opened the gates of heaven for us. I believe in the Lord, and I know what you have done for me, and I thank you. A gratitude that is naturally true, and that is not mere courtesy or sentimentally. But there is one more thing that the gospel does not tell us, and that for us, Franciscans of Mary, is very important. The Lord is happy that this only ex-leper has returned. Well, He tells him something very important. He tells him, go, get up. Your faith has healed you. He's not referring to the leprosy, therefore he was already cured, and he said saved. He does not say cured. He is referring to the soul. The gratitude that is a consequence of faith, of a true faith, is the one that heals the soul. A person who is not grateful, even if he has faith, like those 9 who did not go to Thanksgiving, it is still sick, not of the soul, but not of the body, but of the soul. You are an ungrateful person, therefore, you are a sick person. You are sick. You are an egoist. You think only of yourself. Don't you realize that so many people starting with God have done so much for you? Yes, you have faith. You are a believer, but you have a sick soul. You are the center of everything, and everyone has to worship you because you have deified yourself. You say you have faith, but in reality, you only believe in yourself. And what the gospel does not say, what I don't know if it is happened, but it could like to happen, which is our vocation, is what his former leper did next. Grateful. He obeyed the Lord. He got up. And what did he do? He went to look for his companions. Perhaps they were not all in the same place. It is possible that there were some in one town and others in another. He went to look for his companions to tell them, friends, we have had a very bad time together. We have been with the same disease. We have had to live far from everyone, feeding us as if we were wild beasts. This man, this God, has healed us. How is it possible that you have not gone running to thank Him? I saw him crying because you were not there. And besides, you no longer have leper, but your soul is sick because your ingratitude is a cancer that is destroying your soul because it makes you selfish. That is to say, there is a mission of gratitude. It does not consist only in loving Jesus, but also in making Him beloved, to thank, and to teach to thank. to love and to make others love Christ. That is what a grateful person does. He is not satisfied with the thinking himself, but he looks around him and sees how many are ungrateful and how many are making Christ suffer. To love and to make Jesus beloved is our vocation. To be grateful and to teach gratitude and to go on the roads as missionaries, shouting as St. Francis said, love is not love. To add, let us love Jesus who is love, because he deserves it, because he has the right to it. Let us love as he has loved, by the one who loved him most, by his mother, the Blessed Virgin Mary. Amen.